Hi everyone, my name is Laura Donnell Schickman and I'm the Donor Relations Manager at the Land Trust of Santa Cruz County. Today we're visiting the newly opened east side of the Glenwood Preserve. We will be joining Natural Resource Manager Matt Timmer, as well as UC Berkeley researcher Max Lambert and Alex Krohn from the Museum of Natural History as they trap, measure, and mark western pond turtles, a species of special concern that can be found here at Santos Pond.
So this is Max Lambert, postdoc at UC Berkeley, and Alex Krohn, is that how you say it?
Yep.
From UCSC, Museum of Natural History.
In a single night of trapping, we caught 20 turtles at Santos Pond, 16 native western pond turtles, and 4 non-native red-eared sliders.
So the species name is called Emys marmorata. Emys is just Greek for turtle, but marmorata is Greek for marbled, and so that means that all that marbled color on its neck is what it's named for. It's California's only native turtle.
Turns out, our pond turtles are of particular interest because of our geographical
So we're taking
location.
just tiny little tips of their tail, kind of like cutting your fingernail off the tip. You can hold on to me. So we can actually do some genetics on them and see if they are the southern species or the northern species.
According to Max, our location may lie on the boundary between the northern region of the southern species or the southern region of the northern species. The southern species has been hit especially hard by climate change and land use, such as the draining of wetlands for agriculture and urbanization. So, Max, what types of data are you recording as part of your research?
Using a scale to get mass, so how heavy they are. And then we measure their plastron or belly length.
After cataloging the turtles' weight and length, I asked Max and Matt why they marked the turtles' shells.
And then we know who's who from now on, so everyone gets a very unique mark, so we can use the edge of the shells, or these are called scutes. And so we can basically number like this is scute A, B, C, so we can give everyone a unique combination of scute numbers. So this one will be ABI, and we'll know who he is from now on, and keep track of him.
So because this one had all these damaged scutes, we marked D, K, and L.
Is the shell material similar to like fingernails or?
It's just fingernail basically. So it's like clipping your fingernails that we're doing now. It's the same material here, the edges of it. Actually, I have fingernail clippers in my pocket because for some of the small turtles, instead of filing, we'll actually use nail clippers just to clip a notch into them.
Some of the turtles we collected had survived some serious predation.
You see it's like got a really big scar there, so that's probably from the top jaw, and then the bottom here like totally cracked the plastron. And there's a bunch of scarring here too.
A couple taps on that.
And then the back end is all chewed up as well.
Whoa. What are some of the predators that pond turtles face?
Coyotes, raccoons, domestic dogs that get out, kind of anything, we'll try and eat them. Yeah.
As we looked at the turtles more closely, Max noticed that some of the damage to their shells might not all be from predation.
The injuries could be due to being chewed on by a predator of some sort, but there is a fungus up in Washington State that's accidentally released from zoo animals into the wild that basically rots the whole shell of a turtle and causes big divots. You don't notice it for a long time until all of a sudden the turtle's in really bad shape. They can take a big beating for a long time without you noticing they're in pain. And so I've never seen a population this divided before. They seem pretty happy elsewise, so it could be that. And that'd be the first record in California, which would be horrible. So I was talking to some folks at the SF Zoo about whether we should bring one or two of them in. You can't actually tell in the field. You have to actually put them through a CT scanner because they have to look for the disease starts on the inside and works its way out.
Max explained the fungus affecting the turtles was only just described this last fall in 2019.
So we knew that there was a disease that causes the rock shells to rot a few years ago, but they didn't describe the actual species until last year, which means they have no idea how well it transmits because they've been watching it just kill populations in Washington. Okay.
The good news? There's an antifungal treatment, but it's labor intensive.
Deep in there, so it's like basically they brush the heck out of it, clear all the gross tissue, and it takes a while.
Matt reminded us that basking could also help kill the fungus, a fact that could help him create an environmental treatment plan if our pond turtles became affected.
And so that could be your most immediate management thing if you wanted to, is maybe like put a whole cajillion rafts and logs out there, so they weren't touching. They were able to spread themselves out as much as they wanted to and bask and eat up.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Out of the 20 turtles we collected, all were male. I asked Max if it was common to have a larger sampling of males.
So I would say in pond and pink turtles out on the East Coast, that's definitely true. And usually when you have a lot of roads nearby, because females like go on land to lay eggs and they get smashed by cars.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no big road here to cross, so why the pond turtle has a huge bias is unclear to me. We don't have a lot of good sex ratio data. Like, so in Davis, we had a population that was 120 turtles, even split. Yeah, with pond turtles, we still have a good sense of it. They have temperature sex determination, so they don't have chromosomes determine sex. It's all temperature of the egg. And so usually hot temperatures means more females. But this is a pretty warm, open place. I wouldn't expect it to be particularly cold here. So it's, yeah, I don't know, let's kind of keep watching over time and seeing what's going on. It could be the females, they have to go nest, and so they get picked off by predators more often. I don't know. We'll have to find out.
Yeah.
At the end, when it was finally time to release the turtles, we were surprised to find just how fast those little guys could go. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope this glimpse into the unique wildlife found here inspires you to come out of your shell and visit the east side of the preserve soon. Until then, happy trails.